Hi Raven, so I've looked over your lesson plan and here's my feedback. I think you've got parts of this that are really good. I really like your delineation, the way that you explain the difference between expository and argumentative. I haven't put a ton of thought into that because I think me as a person has already thought about it, so I think me as a teacher assumes everyone has thought about it. So I'm really glad that you have this in the lesson plan. I think that's well done. And yeah, my gosh, what can be more relevant than vetting websites? Because kids use smartphones and computers for everything. I think there's one place where you can kind of deepen your instruction a little bit, and I'll show you where that is, okay? So, scrolling. Okay, so this stuff is very well aligned and nicely done, very specific. I like your introduction and your hook, bringing them back from where you were yesterday, addressing what you assume are, rightly so, are going to be some confusions. Beautiful definition and delineation between the differences in the two, all right? And then all of a sudden, we're always looking for things online, very real to their world, all right? And then right here is where I think we can deepen our instruction a little bit. So you, rightly so, you say, right, how many of you think you can put your topic into Google and click on the first link? Lots of kids are going to be like, well, yeah, it's Google. Oh, drives me nuts, right? So, okay. Here's your answer. So, how many think you can put your topic into Google, click on the first site that pops up? Okay, so the answer is that it depends on what the website actually is. Here's my rule of thumb. If it ends in .com or .org, it usually isn't a very reliable source. However, anything ending in .edu or .gov can be extremely helpful. Why don't you all put your topic into Google and click on the first site to pop up? All right, so here we go. First, look, I'm just going to analyze your sentence, your explanation a little bit. You say the answer depends on what the website actually is. That's a claim. Give me some evidence for it, okay? You have another claim. Here's my rule of thumb. If it ends in .com or .org, it usually isn't a very reliable source. That's a claim with the qualifier. You need to explain it, okay? And I think it's really arguable, truthfully. .org sites are usually nonprofit type organizations, right, that do have a specific purpose in mind, but they probably have studied deeply on their topic, and even though they're writing in an argumentative or informational way, persuasive way, it doesn't mean that the data they use is not relevant. So see how I can argue with you on that? That tells me that's a claim, that you need to back it up with data. Then the next claim you have is, however, anything ending in .edu or .gov can be extremely helpful. That's another claim, because I can argue that. What if I am identify with the Tea Party, and I think this is the worst president we've ever had in the history of all presidents, and so everything produced .gov, since the Obama administration has been produced by his administration, it's terribly slanted and persuasive, and I can't trust it at all. Granted, I'm sounding a little conspiracy theory here, right? But look at my point. I can very easily argue with that, which tells me it's a claim, okay? You've got to expand this definition for the kids. I don't know, A, that your claims are true, and B, I don't know that you've defended it, and C, I don't know that you've actually taught the kids how to vet sites. You move from this explanation into put your information in Google, see what pops up. Here's a worksheet, fill it out and say why you will avoid it. What if a kid doesn't even know what .org means or what .edu or what .gov means? How's that kid supposed to know? How's that kid supposed to look at the difference between things and understand it? So I think before you even go to the computer lab, so the screen's not in front of their face to distract them, you stop right here, and this is direct instruction, where you use a question and answer flow that teaches kids how to appropriately ask questions about credibility and search for information and make a claim about it. So that when they, your attached worksheet, which, by the way, I don't see your worksheet attached here, when they go into the computer lab, then they have a question and answer flow to work their way through things on their own. That moves the seat of power from you, the teacher, into me, the student. So even when teacher isn't in front of me telling me what to do, I have a series of question and answer flows that I can use so that I can analyze and ascertain what's credible and what's not. Okay, so before you include this in your lesson plan portfolio, I need you to really expand that section here. Okay, thanks.